Ladies and gentlemen, I am your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New Thor 7. And the reason I'm going to be obsessing for the next month on every storm, on every model, when I don't sleep, is because there are 112 million Americans on or up and down the coast. And it is my firm belief here at THORNEWS that Mother Nature has been picking on the New England area. I don't know if Jersey and that is included in there in Virginia for a while, and it looks like the exact process that carved out this cove. And so this is the latest GFS run, and this is 103 mile per hour winds. We kick over to the Euro. People are like, oh, the GFS, it's crap. It's a clown's car of models. Which doesn't make any sense because that would mean a bunch of models came out of it. This is 124 miles per hour. And then it's got another hurricane, the Euro, which everybody loves. And it's like, no, use the Euro. The Euro's got two major hurricanes in the Atlantic in the 12th, which is the third now. It's 9 days. So the reason I'm going to obsess about these storms and remind you people on the East Coast, that I need you to take this seriously. This is the gem. There's the Euro, and there is the GFS at closest approach of the hurricanes they have so far. These both run out here. The Canadian A has a strike right about there. So that's why the main point I'm going to make right now, because that, like, you guys need to be ready. You need to be prepared. And that the GFS, like a monster storm at 9:33, is either like a Cat 4, Cat 5. And like I said, if you get a Cat 4, Cat 5 in this hole, that's a lot of problems for a lot of people. So I've only been to New York once. I don't know anybody in the East. But when I was born, I love everybody. Okay? And so when people are hurt, it hurts me. It's called empathy. Some people believe in it, some people don't. That's fine. But I don't know why I would be doing this long, this well, if it weren't true. And so what I'm saying is I don't want to see our country has been tearing itself apart. Just over politics for a long time. And that our best energies, attentions, and resources have been on putting the other party down, whatever party you're in. I don't believe in politics, so I don't do that. And for example, what I was trying to say is, the other day, I have a TV, but on the Twitter, which I watch for earthquake, news, weather, volcano updates, everybody's talking about John McCain's funeral. And somehow, he had a funeral like he was a queen. Right? Like, I don't know, everybody's watching this on every TV station. It's like John McCain's funeral. And I guess because he was a veteran and a senator, plus a presidential candidate loser. That's why he got the Queen's funeral? I don't know. And so I respect the man as a veteran, but man, he sure seemed like a war hawk. He's like, usually if you ask Republicans, like, what would solve this problem? Back in the day, they're like, tax cuts. Tax cuts, whatever the problem, tax cuts. With McCain, he was like, war. So, I don't know. I'm anti-war, so that's why. I'm not his biggest fan. 929. But watch here. Then, something comes out of the Gulf to go up the East Coast and then punch Virginia in the face. What did you do, Virginia? Right? And then some at the end comes out and punches him. You got to watch. It just comes up the Gulf. Right about now, and then right here, right there, and then turns around and punches it, and then right after it comes another one, right there. Did you see that? So here, the big Florence hurricane misses. The big Cat 4 hurricane goes out to sea and feeds the fish with chaos and windy, wavy times. But then there are two things that come right after it, which is just weird. And yeah, so I think at some point, but you guys get hit by 5 nor'easters in a month, and a lot, something is happening with the pressure right around here, or has been. And so that is why, like they named that one weird asteroid, interstellar asteroid, Oumuamua, which means messenger. I think Sandy was a messenger. And so right there, and then boom, and then comes the second one. And so that's why I think the East Coast needs to be aware, alert, prepared, and have a plan. Because I remember for Rita, when we thought it was going to hit Houston, I tried to get out of town the back roads way, and that still took me 14 hours, 15 hours to get what would take 4 hours. And if you went on the main highways, it took you 48 hours to get what would take 4 hours. And so if you have all those people trying to get west, then a lot of them are going to get log jammed. And that is why, as your planetary defense commander, and just a cool guy, me, my real name is the letter T, as in Thor, or truth, or totally. So that's why we don't know what's happening. We got 9 days. There are a lot of weird factors, and the main factor is the Azores high pressure, which has been this thing, which has been super strong all year, and then now she decides to buckle her knees, which normally might sound sexy, but here it sounds really dangerous. And so I'm just watching for you. Now we'll run it. And so we're Cranky Weather Guy. If I had to rank Weather Guy, he's number 1. He's not a big fan of watching model run to run. And I understand that. But what I'm saying is that he says we'll kind of know about this in 5 days, which would then leave, if it is a danger to the East Coast, which would then leave you guys 5 days to prepare. And then the Euro, then starts shooting them out like cannonballs. Like, I guess cannonballs come out one at a time. Like one of those tennis ball shooting guns. Oh, I'll have to edit videos again. So the Euro, which everyone's like, Euro's great, has, at the end of its run, has what could be 4 potential threats. And let's hope nothing happens, but I'm just saying. And then look at Gordon, which hasn't been named Gordon yet, goes left, and then pops right. And so it's almost like buckshot on the Euro. And then on the CMC Music Factory, Canadian, eh? I think it's Canadian. Someone was like, Canadian's trash, man. The Canadian model's trash. It's like, well, they say the GFS is trash. And they're like, the GFS is trash. Like, well, the Euro says it looks like a hurricane hit, and there are 3 hurricanes behind it. And they're like, well, that's because the Euro's missing some factors. I'm like, well, that's fine, but I definitely think that means we should be paying close attention. Because if it heats up, and like I said, we could see a point this hurricane season where we see 4 dangerous hurricanes in the Atlantic. And now that the models have started to show that for a few days, I'm like, yeah, guys. But yeah, watch how Gordon kind of, then he seems to, on the models, he always maintains a pretty strong pressure for being over land, which Harvey did last year. It stayed in one spot, but it maintained a pretty strong pressure for being over land. Wow, and look at the snake out at the end, bro. It's like aliens are attacking our atmosphere. Asterisks. Look at that. Maybe that's proof they did open the dark dimensions with CERN. Oh, I'm just trying to be funny. Does it work? And bonus for you. I am ghosting Hurricane Florence, tracking her every move. I'm retweeting Weather Tracker Cody. A fresh microwave pass of Florence shows the storm has acquired a well-defined inner core and is likely much stronger than officially indicated. All right, there you go. That's another reason why I highly recommend supporting and contributing to Thor News if you can. because, as I said, it is likely much stronger than officially indicated. Wow, Florence, despite marginal SSTs, you're doing quite well this morning. Yeah. See, I'm not official, so I can always tell you what you guys need to know. Euro continues the idea of Florence is forced south due to a high-pressure system over the Atlantic. Ignores specifics, comma, understand the scenario. All right, so I'm going to do, like I'm saying, this looks like the exact process that carved out the cove. Mother Nature looks set to pick on the New England and Upper East Coast for a while, regardless of season. And I don't think seasons exist anymore in a traditional sense. Do you people? Meaning that I think that we might see hurricanes later into the season this season. It's hurricane season. It is real, brought to us by Northeast Weather Wicks. It is a real possibility Florence impacts the East Coast next weekend. Still lots of time for changes, but the current setup is worrisome. And so the 5 days away would probably be about here, or something like, meaning in the time frame. So 5 days, they're like, okay, yeah, we're now sure that it's going to hit somewhere in a heavily populated area. You got 4 days to be like, okay, what do we do now? Or 4 days to say, did we get water? I mean, if you're on the East Coast, I've been saying it, I get water now. I get batteries now. Or I'd at least be making plans. So that's the whole thing is, you know, you can always, like, if you have friends who are much farther west, you can go visit them for a weekend. Okay. And tonight, outside, the bugs are louder than I've ever heard them before. True story. Everybody has no sleep tonight. I told you the energy was cray-cray. I don't think Cranky's impressed. Who knows? I want to speak for somebody else. Okay, so I'm just keeping watch, and I'm saying maybe these both will go out to both of these will go out to sea. But if they do not, you know, if you put that in that hole with 135 mile per hour winds, that's a lot of people. And I bet the beach areas are super nice in most spots. So, yeah, well, okay. So that is the euro. And that's the GFS. That's the euro. That's the GFS. And that's 112 million people. So I don't know. It's like lately I've been like, man, am I even doing a good job? Yeah, I'm doing a great job. That's why I don't like money. It doesn't reflect how awesome I am. Ever. But you need to pay the bills. So if you do want to contribute, and man, you can contribute prayers, good thoughts, you know, sing songs about me, write a poem, just anything. It's going to be a rough 5 months for all of us. And I'd like to stay positive and do the best job that I can for all y'all. Because things have been bad enough for long enough. Since 9/11, everything has just been going downhill. I'm ready to turn the ship around. The only way we can do that is together as one American family. I wish everybody would wake up before the really bad thing happened. And I don't even know if a bad thing happens, if we're going to have a chance to wake up after that. So, just stay cool. I have faith. It's just been rough energy days. Or am I the only one who thought the last year or two has been kind of rough? Everybody else has been a cakewalk or something. Okay, now I'm just babbling. You're my only friend. Peace out.